A big hello once again to everyone watching part 5 of City Boss Manager. You're getting 2 episodes in 1 week, lucky buggers. With the Get Gag group based in southeast London, predominantly in Catford. Although, with a few mistakes, also running some routes in East London. For example, running up to Stratford and running the D3 through the Isle of Dogs and Canary Wharf. I assigned a few of these shifts and which one of yous has parked this bendy like this? Oh, Jesus, living up to our reputation of absolutely not giving a flying toss. Starting off really quite negatively in the reds, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll be able to claw our way out eventually, maybe. The willingness to use public transport is at an all-time low, which is concerning, to be honest. We're still working towards our target of reaching having 30% network coverage with our routes, and we're very close to carrying 48,000 passengers, which will give us another 22 grand, only putting us halfway towards being in the green again. Not always a great start, to be honest. So to help get us closer to this 30% network coverage, I'm going to create another route that actually goes through the Isle of Dogs, which would probably be the D7. I'd want to say off the top of my head. Gonna have to quickly check that because knowledge just it isn't always there around Island Gardens, Poplar. Yep, it is the D7, all the way from Mile End to Poplar, doing a massive U shape down the peninsula of Island Gardens before coming up to Mile End. Now, we don't quite have the funds to be able to afford the vehicles needed to run this. I mean, currently we don't have the vehicles to run these shifts on a Sunday, which is very concerning. But that's beside the point. It's fine, we should manage, fingers crossed. Are there any other unallocated? This needs a wash as well. I mean, it also needs probably a mechanic considering it's gone straight through the lifting bay over here. But that's okay. There's no free bus wash available. Oh, you know what I've just done? I've bought a bendy without actually buying the equipment to wash the bendy, to refuel the bendy, or to fix the bendy. It would help if I had either of those. Demolish all of these, and then demolish the buildings that they came with, and then replace them with a large bus wash, a large lifting platform, and a petrol station, which cannot fit. I can force it to fit, or maybe I can't. So I can do this, but I can't move this any closer. Why is everything always got to be so difficult? Alright, put it on the other side. Demolish this building. And also the weird little square that's been left here. Oh, the game's saved automatically, thank you. Gas station. Get that there. So I can actually put this filthy behemoth out to wash. Assign it onto the N108, I'm sure you'll be able to bend around the Blackwall Tunnel, right? Ah, problem for future me. If it collides with anything. Gotta allocate the 108. We have Lion City over here. And we need one more vehicle to come in to allocate onto the 47. Okay, whilst we're waiting for that, and whilst we've somehow gone even further into the reds, I'm going to stop looking at my finance tab because that's scaring me. Going to start on the D7, which will be Poplar. Does it start at the All Saints Church? Is the question though. Yeah, it does. Okay. And then does like one-way section past Blackwall, and then it goes down Cold Harbour, Blue Bridge. The D7 actually route never used. I don't really venture to this part of London much. I mostly just travel through on the DLR if I'm ever needed to visit like the city from Lewisham or from Greenwich. If I ever wanted to take the long way into the city instead of just taking Southeastern. Or when I was also a child and I just wanted to, I mean, let's be honest, okay, I say as a child, I still do it now. If I ever just wanted to sit at the front and pretend like I'm driving the DLR. Listen, okay, it's good fun. Alright, so it does a massive U of the Isle of Dogs, Heron Key, and then it comes up to Canary Wharf Pier. Could continue it up to Mile End, or should we just turn it back around and make it be like a little islander like feeder service, which I think is what TfL wanted this route to become in its most recent consultation, which got dropped. I'm pretty certain they just wanted it to be like only serving the Isle of Dogs, just not going anywhere else. TfL and their infinite wisdom. See, I'm going to prove to them that I'm smarter than whatever the hell they think with my disastrous route planning. Send it up East India Dock Road, Pixie Street, St. Paul's Way, Akron Drive, Mile End Leisure Park, Eric Street. It does go up this street in real life, does it? St. Paul's, yes it does, okay. Got to doubly make sure, and then terminate it at Mile End. Mile End Station, and then make it turn back around and go down through Canary Wharf and Island Gardens. Get it down Akron Drive. Oh, that does, you see, on the wrong side of the road, that does a horrible U-turn. The D7, I think off the top of my head, or was it the D3? No, I'm pretty certain it's the D7. No, maybe it was the D3. I can't remember which one of the D routes was recently lost from Stagecoach to Gal. It's going to get brand new electrics, which is, whoa, who foresee that one coming? Because I certainly didn't. It's not like every single tender is always going to be with either new electrics or existing hybrid vehicles, or existing single deck diesels. Come on, serve the police station. I know you don't want to see the 5-0, the pigs. You have no choice. Okay, West Ferry Circus, and then get it all the way back down via Marshall Wall and Heron Key, Cuba Street, the clinic, go around St. John McDowell Gardens, the primary school, Arnhem Wharf Primary School, via Cruise Street, St. Edmund's School, oh, it's said twice. Okay. Make it actually Space Centre, then make it over the school down here, this stop, and then Harbinger School, and then Maconichie's Road. Yeah, definitely not butchering the pronunciation of these. East Ferry, Island Gardens, George Green School, which I think I missed on the way back, but we ignore that. Isle of Dogs Police Station. Serve it twice, just for good measure. The Pier, Cubit Town, St. John's Park. Background Stewart Street. Over the Blue Bridge. Cold Harbour. Aspen Way, and then through the back streets of Blackwall and Poplar, All Saints Church, and then terminate it back at Poplar. So this at a frequency of every half an hour during the peaks, and hourly otherwise, requires 3 buses. Bit much. Make it start around 5:30. I mean, usually routes in London start a bit earlier than this, around 5, but 5:30 is fine. Make it finish around 11, because we have too many buses are out around midnight, and we need them for our night routes. Hourly? Should we start it off at hourly and just see how it goes? Give it a bit of extra time at both ends. Get it down to hourly. Perfect. Now we have a few more N108 shifts that need assigning. Has any vehicle come in? Oh, yes. The Bendies come in. Fantastic. Now we still have 3 more shifts that need assigning, but all our vehicles are currently out. Not really carrying much, to be honest. Mostly just fresh air. Not really sure why most routes run so late into the night. But hey, I'm only just emulating what TFL does normally. I feel like my game is bugged because the time is not moving. That is interesting. Right. So something somewhere has severely messed up. If I edit the timetable, and then confirm the changes, does that start the time is still not going. Okay, time to reload the save and do everything that I just did all over again. 1 second. What's the game crashes? Yeah, so interesting bug that I've never encountered it. Never had that happen before where just time seems to freeze and we're like in Groundhog Day just doing the same thing over and over again. I don't know when the time stopped, when it froze. I was not paying that much attention to it, but I just noticed that it had been midnight forever on that Sunday. I mean, some other things were still ticking over because I was still getting shifts to assign, but like no buses were driving anywhere, and obviously I was hemorrhaging money because I was paying for drivers, even though technically time stood still, so I shouldn't be paying them considering they're on an hourly contract. But you know, this is finer details. Got the save going. There we go. Think I fixed everything. Probably not actually, to be honest, but oh well. Now we're here. Has that saved? It has not saved the route I created. Sometimes this game just gets the better of you. Okay, I'm just going to quickly recreate the D7. I'm just going to terminate it at West's Ferry Circus because can't be bothered to go all the way back up to Mile End. It's just a tad bit annoying. But it's like, these things happen. Recreate everything. Go around East Ferry, Island Gardens. Maybe don't turn into the side road for Island Gardens. So to stop outside the station, which actually used to be up on the viaduct, Island Gardens Station, before it was resited and repositioned to underground for the Lewisham extension of the DLR in 1999. So it's actually, I was going to say, nice station. I mean, the original was really quite nice. It being on an old viaduct of the, what is it, Old Millwall Railway, off the top of my head. I think that's what its name was. It might have had a completely different name. I might be remembering it wrong, but yeah, it was the old Millwall Railway that I used to run, and was abandoned in the, I'd want to say 60s or 70s. Or maybe actually probably it might have been earlier than that. This is all just information off the top of my head that I've done. Haven't prepared. Haven't gotten these figures in front of me. I'm just from a video I saw by, oh well, you know. Anyway, yes. So it was then reused for the DLR in 1987 when that opened, with the original branch coming all the way from Island Gardens up to Tower Gateway and from, what was it, Poplar? it was Stratford, Poplar, all the way down to Tower Gateway, before being extended to Bank in 1991, and then down to Lewisham in 1999, with other extensions to follow. Just a bit of trivia. This only requires one bus now if we don't extend it all the way up to Mile End. Fantastic. Give it a bit of extra running time? Yeah, I can get a bit of extra running time. Just so it's not running horrendously late, then we get complaints about that. Where is Island? So at West Ferry, and then at Poplar All Saints Church, it can stand for an extra 5 minutes. There we go, and now we have the N108. We can send out a little Sito. You know what? Sounds good. Send out the Sito. Send out the Bendy again on the N108. Now, and finally we actually have all our vehicles coming in. So I can actually assign them again straight onto the night routes. The ones that just hemorrhage me money, and I'm only running literally just so that I don't have vehicles parked up in my garage overnight. And no other reason other than that. Heck, if I even wanted to, I could make some current routes that aren't 24 hour. Like make the 108s run throughout the night, and or maybe the D3 as well. Just get a few more vehicles off the roads. Or, well, actually onto the road, I should say, out of my garage. Oh, and we have the little 395 branded bread van ready to go for tomorrow. It's first shift. First shift through the Rotherhithe Tunnel. This needs cleaning, stinky. That needs washing as well. Send this out to be washed. This Sito needs cleaning, refueling, and a wash. Bit needy. This also needs a refuel. Give you a nice little clean inside, and then go be washed in the car. Well, bus wash, I should say. I was going to say car wash, but I mean, to be fair, it is small enough. It could probably fit inside a car wash. This little Sito. Clean the Bendy. Just get all our vehicles ready for service tomorrow, to be honest. Also, so far I have done, I think, most of the major operators' liveries, apart from Metroline and RATP Group. I've not done a London United or Transdev one. I'll get those created when we have the Deckers, because I think it will look a lot better on the, what is it, the D07? Yep, well, I mean, I don't have it unlocked, so I can't actually see, but yes, when I do have it unlocked, now when I'm not horribly in the reds, it will be the D07. I'm not really sure what actually contributes to the willingness of the population to use a public transport. I'm not sure how to get that number up. It does make me a bit sad that it's so low. But then again, also, we still are getting really healthy passenger numbers, even with it being so low. So it's like, if that was any higher, if that was in the 70s, which it is in some of my other saves, I hate to think just how busy some of these routes would be. Then again, I think my most frequent route is literally every 20 minutes, which is just not frequent at all in London. In other parts of the country, sure, like, you'd absolutely love to have a bus every 20 minutes. Here in London, it's like, really? You want me to wait more than 10 minutes for a bus? No, thank you. I'll just walk to my destination or Uber it. Since we got onto the D3, well, at 2 in the morning. Why on earth is that being sent out onto the D3 so early? I understand early starts, but Jesus Christ. So my bus network is only just ticked over 29%, and I added a new route. Oh, do I have to add even more routes? Yes, the 395 has started. Oh, hang on a minute. Its allocated vehicle is out on the night routes. Wait a minute. I will track it down and see when it will finish. There it is. It's on the 108. Oh, the next tour, it's not going to come back until an hour and 40 or an hour 20 after it's supposed to leave. That's a bit of a problem. Also, do not need the N108 because we have the 108 and we're running the N108 over it. Why? Has anyone thought about this? I mean, clearly not. Anyway, send out a little sitter, I guess, for the first day of service. In typical London style, could not care about Brandon. And we've sent out a branded vehicle on the wrong route, and on the route's first day, we do not have the branded vehicle for it. Couldn't write this up. Couldn't make this up even if you tried. 29%. I am not too sure how else really to expand that. I mean, I guess we should do some like local routes in Stratford. I didn't really mean this to become like an East London save. I kind of wanted to stick to Southeast and Central, but I mean, we're here now. Start getting the 25 going. Get it along this road from Stratford. Actually, no, they can just keep it going. Where's this? Maryland? The gates. What? Forest Gates. Okay, I'm a bit wrong. Okay, so this is Forest Gate. Can run it all the way from Forest Gate down to I don't actually know where this is. Oh, Whitechapel. Yeah, get it down to Whitechapel. Why not? Start running the busiest route in London, which sadly got a cutback and is now slowly slipping down the ranks of being the busiest. I think, if I remember off the top of my head, last year's statistics for the 25 were 13 million people used it, which is really, really good, but it's nothing compared to the 18 million it once had. Actually, 13 million might be overstating it. I don't think there was a route that had like above 12, so it might only be like 10. No, not even 10. It's probably like 11 million. Once ran by First London, then by Tower Transit, who bought them out. Oh, this 199 shift is going to get cancelled. Whoops. Should have thought about that. Should have bought some more buses, but don't have the money for that. But yes, the 25 once ran by First London, Tower Transit, now ran straight back by Stagecoach. Also used to be a bendy route. So that is exactly what it's going to go back to when I recreate it here. In fact, I'm going to recreate it now. Probably start off at a half-hourly frequency. Maybe, although that will probably use up 4 extra vehicles, which we do not have the finances for, because I've maxed out my loans, used the money irresponsibly, and now we're here. Pretty much. What on earth is this? This has been sat here for the past 6 hours. It was meant to go on the N108. But now it's just, okay, doing nothing pretty much. This one also. Well, that's good to know. Thanks for sitting here, just, as these shifts are being cancelled. Oh? Intriguing. Okay, so, completed 30% network coverage. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Now we just need to carry 38,000 people. It would help if I could read. And complete 670 tours. And we've already completed 48. Fantastic. Did I seriously get the reward money from that? Because it doesn't feel like it. Oof. Big oof. Okay, run the game in 3 times speed. The D7 is horrendously busy. Maybe I shouldn't have put a little, basically this European solo equivalent onto it. Should have probably put something a bit larger. Then again, a large majority of my fleet are made up of Citos, so I didn't really think that through. And also, the 395 is rammed solid. CTFL, this is why you don't withdraw routes like this. It would be so useful to have a route that runs through the Rotherhithe Tunnel. Never mind the fact it ran, I think, once every hour and a half, and it used bread vans. That is beside the point. Can't wait until I throw a bendy onto this. Now that's definitely not going to fit down the Rotherhithe Tunnel. It sits over here and it's sitting here for another 25 minutes. I want to see it go off, see how many people it picks up. Currently has 3 people on board. Also, we see a 47 go past. Oh no, 199. I stand corrected. Oh, you're going to leave in 5 minutes? 2, 1. Are you off? You're off! With 6 people on board. Look at it go with 9 now. 3 more people with 12. Oh, steady numbers. 6 more people. 18. Surrey Keys Road. Are they all waiting for the 395? Oh, they are. They are. We have 28 people on board. Rotherhithe Tunnel. 31. Oh, Rotherhithe Station. Another 30. Okay, so most of the people did just want to go up to Rotherhithe Station. I guess that makes sense. Instead of actually going all the way to Limehouse. Do not have the bus to assign to the 181. Oh, this is a lot of shifts that we have to assign, and I do not have the vehicles for any of them. Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't be expanded as quickly as I am. And also, it would be ideal if you didn't just have a bus sitting around running this little, you know, coffin dodger route, pretty much. Just run it because we have to, not because we want to. It would be ideal if we did actually ran it as a contract public service line, but all of this is pretty much based in southeast London, and there's nothing for the Limehouse area. This is the source. This is for Brooks Medical Centre, which is in Blackheath. Sydenham, there's connected to Sydenham with 7 bus stops. Need to connect 1,636 buildings, 179 points of interest. We can't accept that because we do not have enough trophies. We're halfway to actually being able to unlock that one. We need 1 more trophy to be able to actually service the medical centre. But we can service this medical centre, which is in... Oh, this is in, like, Hither Green. Interesting. I can also service this athletic centre. For $3,000, I mean, come on. $3,000 a week, come on. Even the 395 makes more than that in a week. Okay, maybe it doesn't make more than that in a week. But see, stuff like even the N108 was making more than that. 108 making us $9,000 a year, a day. Is this a day? No, 7 days. The 47, 61 grand in the past 7 days. These are our most frequent routes, which run at steady heights of every 20 minutes. Oh, we'll finally have a vehicle back that we can assign. It's absolutely stinking up the gaff. Get it cleaned before it's sent out again. I think we have another one? No, we don't. I don't know. I guess these 2 vehicles are just going to be sitting here now. Okay, the game's a bit buggy. I mean, evidently. Oh. And our service centre has a waiting time of 1 hour and 20 minutes. Time to hire a few more staff. A few more service employees. We have 4. We can hire 2 more. Oh, we need some more lockers. Okay, so this will require us to create a new corridor. Make this office a bit smaller. Don't quite need that much office space. Create a few more lockers. Just another locker room, pretty much. There we go. And then from here, it can just hire 2 more service employees at the cheapest cost. There we go. They should be coming in soon. We just have a mass horde of people standing around, so it would be ideal if we decorated this. But that costs money, and we don't have the money, so... Tough, pretty much, is my response to all that. Okay, so this should be available in about a second. Now it should be available. Now I said now it should be available. Now it should be... Okay, it's not available. It's still not available. We had something new come in, which requires refueling. So that's going to need to be refueled before it's sent out again. Are we really going to be sending little Sito out onto the 136? I mean, I don't really have a choice, but up to 172 people, this little Sito is not going to be able to cope. I'm sorry for what I'm about to bestow upon you. Please come back with all your wheels actually attached, not just deflated from the amount of people that are going to be hanging off. It's going to be like when you see the pictures of like Indian trains with people hanging off the doors and like standing on top of the train. It's going to be that little Sito. Poor Sito doesn't know what it signed itself up for. All these loans are really fresh, so I'm not even close to being able to repay them. Which is just never a good sign. Because I desperately need the money right now. Okay, we've got a few more people in the service centre. There's still about an hour's wait. So that indicates we need to make this even larger, which I do not have the money for. Which I feel like is going to be the entire theme of this episode. Me being too broke to actually afford a decent service. Okay, that's going straight back out onto the 47, absolutely minging. Get this cleaned at least before sending another bus out onto the 47. There is no bus available. What is this assigned to then? Oh, it's 47. Okay. Oh, and the 395 branded bread van is back. Unfortunately, you couldn't go into the route you're actually assigned for, but we're going to send you straight back out onto the 47 again. It's okay, I'll make sure tomorrow that that's actually assigned onto the correct route. Get this line city out onto the 47. Now we have no more vehicles. Gonna have to hope and pray that a vehicle comes in soon. Also, the D7 is really busy. Actually going to need to either up the frequency, because it runs every hour, right? Yes, it's every hour. Gonna need to up it to probably every half hour. Get a few more vehicles. And really pray for the best, to be honest. One more sitter, get this allocated onto the D3. Do we have anything that is running at a ridiculous frequency that we could shave a few vehicles off of? This runs every half an hour, so can't really shave much off that, considering it's also currently full. This runs every half an hour with 3 buses, does it? Oh, the 129 is actually our third most busiest route. Third most profitable, even. No, it's our fourth most profitable, so probably not a wise idea to actually decrease the frequency of it. 108 is just horribly late, 24/7. See, if you look at this, you'd think, wow, we should be rolling in the dough. The finance tab says a completely different story. This is how you mismanage company funds. I promise I'm not siphoning them away into my own pockets. Oh, I also forgot to put music back on. That would help calm the nerves. Ah, instantly, already so much calmer. No, not stressed out anymore. Oh, and also a 10-minute waiting time. Great, that's not too bad. Getting everyone serviced. They're all buying their weekly tickets. And I think we're making quite good cash now. 18 grand. Subsidies. Why has my subsidies gone down? Because it used to be 200% of my earnings. Wow, we really are simulating TFL in real time, aren't we? They're too broke to even subsidize me in a virtual game. There's not much else to do actually now. It's just really the waiting game. Waiting for everything to come back. The 935 is doing okay. It exists. Doesn't need to exist. I don't know why I run it. Now it's running back to the garage with no more services for the rest of the day. So we can send the Sito straight back out onto the 136. Oh, no, we have a line city that could be sent out into the 136. Actually, make sure to get that refueled first, so it doesn't clonk out in the middle of the street. Have the Sito be cleaned, have the line city over here be refueled before it's sent out into the 136. Not going to be able to refuel it, the green-haired driver's got to it first. Ugh. Okay, this onto the 136 and it goes onto the 199. Send this out, the Sito out onto that. What other vehicles do we have? Oh, I have another Sito. Okay, I have a lot of routes to assign. I wish this... Wait, hold on. Where's the vehicle? Oh, it's this. It's coming in. I wish the parking was a bit more, like, logical, because I can barely find where stuff is parked. And up this little Mitrobus branded Arriva crossover vehicle. For that absolutely stinking Line City, come back in. Send it straight back out without cleaning it. Quality service over here. That needs to be refueled. Can I refuel it before you take it? Can it please? No? Oh, this is the driver here. She's just determined to make it on time. Look at her. She gives no flying tosses about the fact that the fuel needle is like reading reds. And she's still sending it out. I salute you, driver. Good luck. You're gonna need it when you clonk out going around like Greenwich. Could also do the C10 or the start of it. Just have a route that goes from here, just around the back streets, and then goes back around to Canada Water, which is what the C10 does. I can just do a circular, to be honest, just Canada Water around Rotherhithe, back to Canada Water. Hopefully interwork that with the 395. That's out there. Okay. I'm going to do that. The 395, edit the timetable. What does it currently do? It currently runs every hour. And it takes about 28 minutes to complete an entire rounder. Okay. So I want to change this so it's every hour and a half, I think, every 90 minutes. And then by doing this, it gives it an entire hour before it needs to go back out. And that should be more than enough time for the same vehicle to then dead run from Surrey Quays down to Canada Water and then do Canada Water all the way around back to Canada Water. Oh, good question is, which are these? I don't actually know which streets the C10 serves, if it goes all the way out on the outer ring or if it goes on the inner ring. Surrey Quays Dock Farm. Gonna have to very quickly check in this before I get screaming at and a bollocking from the chat. It does. It goes around the outer ring. Okay. I knew that. Obviously. Start off at Canada Water. Go around Canada Street. Surrey Quays Leisure Park. Brunswick Quay. Unger Gate. Shipwright Roads. Jesus, try saying that fast 5 times. Tongue twister. Sorry, Docks Farm. Maybe don't serve Sorry Docks Farm twice. Doubletree, Docklands, Nelson Dock Pier. Pageant Steps. Lavender Road. Essex House. King and Queen Wharf. Edinburgh Court. Smith Close? Yeah, go around Smith Close. And then Rotherhithe Station. And then Rotherhithe. Now, do we think this has enough time? Well, it has an entire hour, so it should be able to go back. Even if this was 10 minutes, it should be 10 minutes back around. Because I could just make it do like a circular. But I'm not going to make it do that. I'm going to make it go back around. Smith Close, Edinburgh Court, King and Queen Wharf, Essex House, go around Pageant Steps, go around Doubletree, Nelson Dock Roads, the Surrey Docks, Shipwright Road, Unger Gate, Wonga Gate even, Wonga? Surrey Quays Leisure Park, Canada Street, and then back around to Canada Water Bus Station. And then serve the drop-off point, which is there, and then go back round. So this can run once every hour. This takes 30 minutes. So it will run around and arrive back at 31 past the hour at Canada Water. Give it 10 minutes to drive down. Starting it at... Hang on. Also, assign the 199. Assign these shifts. Have no vehicles. Alright, story of my life. Edit the timetable. Go to the advanced settings, timetable preview. So this starts at 50 past, and then... Okay, so at 6:30 is when the next C10 should be. So basically the C10 is going to be every hour and 30 minutes as well. Why did it... Wait. Oh, route 10, I forgot to actually put it as the C10, and funnily enough, it was our 10th route. Okay, so starting this at 5, that's fine. This needs to go down to every hour and a half, because then at 6:30, 7, and then it will run as the 395. And this can run up until 11. Now in real life, the C10 is the busiest asterisk, I think, single-decker route in London. Used it once, and that was only because it had a P13 MMC on it, and now I just thought, yes, I need to experience that, I need to see what it was like. Biggest mistake of my life, because the route is all 20s. 20s plenty roads. And got absolutely no speed whatsoever, because even though the speed limit was 20, the driver felt like doing about 15 is alright. But in saying that, some routes are like that, some drivers are like that. Can't expect all drivers to drive around absolutely breaking the law and speed in 24/7. But you do get the occasional driver who does do that, and also this 136 is horrendously late. Jesus. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. Pretend like we're running headways. Okay, even on headways, this is horrendous. You have your bus is following. Your follower is literally one stop behind you, with another one, another stop behind. See, you wait an hour and then you get 3 all turn up at once. Not great on a every 20 minutes route. Do I have any vehicles to assign onto the 108? No, I do not. Finances wise, can I repay any of my loans? No. Can research something though. Can research some more articulated buses if I wanted. I mean, okay, I'll just do more research into some buses that I can't afford then, I guess. Oh, I think we have 2 vehicles that are coming back from service, coming not in service. No, we just have 1. Just this over here. Back it comes. Assigning it straight out onto the 136. It's going to then go out onto the 181. Oh, the 129. Whoops. Should have probably sent it out onto that. Oh well. Oh, can reduce repair times. Fantastic. Could I get some bigger loans, please? Oh, Andre over here, as a student, I rely on public transport to get me to and from school. Very happy with the bus company gagged and punctuality of their buses. Well, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but quite a lot of our shifts are getting cancelled right now, so you might be waiting a really long time out in the cold for a bus that will never turn up. But hey, I'm still making sure to run the important routes like the 395. Can't fault me for that. Oh, God almighty, everything's coming out absolutely minging. And just with no fuel. It's like the drivers have siphoned it off into their pockets. And that's out onto the 108. Okay, this desperately needs a wash. I cannot give it a wash. Chaos. Absolute chaos. This save is going horrendously. But you know what? We do have a decent sized network going. Added a new route, the D7. Next up, probably going to do the 25. Because it's the busiest route in London, so, you know, I might as well do it in here and see if I can start getting my finances up. Get my bread up. Having the bendy return. There's no way to actually refuel it yet. Which is unfortunate. Send the 47. Should I send the bendy out onto the 47? Probably not. Just keep it in here for safe measure. Oh, the 108. Actually, I sent it out onto the 108 then. Since that's quite busy, it seems. And honestly, just sometimes this game just grinds to this. It becomes a bit of a grind. Oh, hello. Is this game PC only? Yes, this game is only on PC. It can be found through Steam, and probably the game dev's own website, but I wouldn't know what it is off the top of my head. Also, hi from Nottingham, UK, and hello, Tricobuster. Bister. I hope I said your name right. Hello, Michael. Get our bendy refueled. Oh, and suddenly we have 99. Where did this come from? What on earth? Alright, that's strange. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining because I need the cash. So with this, probably buy some more Line Cities or maybe Citaro C2s. £2 to hold an extra 4 people, although they can sit an extra 5 comfortably. I'm not sure because how many can I buy? I can only buy 2. Whereas if I get 3 of these, I can almost buy 3 of these. Maybe I should get the citywide then. Choices. Choices. Yes, I'll probably get the citywides. It's a vehicle I have actually not used before, so yeah. Citywide, not something that's in the UK, again, European only, and even if it was in the UK, no operator would probably buy it because for whatever reason, Scanias have just fallen out of favour, especially in London. All withdrawn. Not all of them, but all are getting withdrawn, I should correct myself. Stagecoach still operate a few in, what's it, Stratford with the 97. London Red going, roof colour is pearly white. And then for this, we'll turn it into the Metro Line livery, I feel, which is a blue skirt. Ugh, and it always creates this bug down here. Oh, that's a really bright shade of blue. I'm gonna need to get up the Metro Line. Reference. It was a blue skirt with a white line on top, and it went around the headlight surrounds. Maybe it just needs to be a bit darker. Maybe this shade of blue, about there. Make it a bit larger, so it was about there. So firstly, I'll do this so that I can create the blue, not the blue skirt, but the white line on top a bit easier. It's just easier when you layer it like this. And there are ways to create repaints without using the in-game editor. I just prefer, honestly, using the in-game editor like this. Now what I can do is I can create this entire thing to be blue, so it's like if you copy what the E400s look like. Although in saying that, then there would be no red, so maybe I wouldn't do that. Just put this all the way around. Painting white. Grand. Miss these days of London with the interesting liveries. Nowadays everything just being pearly whites. It's just, I mean, I understand why they do it, corporate identity, all that, but I mean, you still recognise it was a London bus even when it did have the skirts, and, you know, you wouldn't look at a red bus coming down the street with a blue skirt and be like, oh no, that's definitely not a London bus, I'm just going to let it sail past, especially if it was displaying your route number and, you know, said it was going to a place where you wanted to go. So, but TFL and their infinite wisdom. It's a bit annoying how sometimes the decals don't really align straight. Sometimes they create a bit of a wonk, but that's easily fixed, I suppose. That's fine. It happens. There we go. Create the blue skirt. The white surrounds. What I can do, I guess, since they did kind of have, they had E400s that had black headlight surrounds, I could change the surrounds so that they were black. Oops, maybe not that black and not at that size. Just so that it kind of looks like, yeah. Maybe make that a bit smaller. There you go, so it's just like... So it just kind of makes it look like it's got black headlight surrounds, really. Okay, maybe undo that. That doesn't look great. The only issue is just the fact that you can't really paint over like stuff like this with the in-game editor, which is unfortunate. You need to create a custom livery, which you can do. It's kind of like the same, like OMSI. You know what, that doesn't look great, so just gonna scrap the entire idea of doing black headlight surrounds. Stick to just having the skirt, really. No Brandon for now, because I do not have a Metroline logo to hand. There we go. Save this as Metroline. Save it locally, apply it to the vehicles. And in they come. Where are they? Where's the gate? There they are. In they all come. And they're wonderful blue skirts. So we have a blue skirt. We have the Stagecoach Beach Ball, which also has a blue skirt. We also have London General. We don't actually have an example of those in the garage, but we do have London General skirts as well. Or go ahead, London skirts. Do also have the Arriva Swoop. That exists as well. Have a few others. Oh, and talking of the devil, here's a London General grey skirt. One of the last remaining remnants of the non-100% red livery day eras. Because there are still a few examples of these that run around in London. All the others completely gone. You definitely don't see the Stagecoach Beach Ball anymore. They were all repainted out of that quite early in the, probably I'd say early 2010s. Whereas the Metroline skirt stayed around for a bit longer, but even that was gone by 2016. Actually, maybe 2017, because I think there were still a few E400s that might have been straddlers of that that kept it for a bit longer. This needs to be refueled. Send it off to be refueled. The Reaver Swoop. This is like a weird hybrid where Metrobus got some second-hand Arriva vehicles from their Guildford. No, not Guildford. No, maybe it was Guildford. I can't remember off the top of my head. Vehicles that were allocated to the 465 when Arriva ran that. And then Metrobus started running it, took over the E200s that had the Arriva line on them, and they just slapped their logo onto them. The interior was still all the same, the maquette was the same, they didn't change anything. And those E200s they still have, but they're in their regional livery now and are single doored. Speaking of that, or actually not speaking of that specifically, but less speaking and more actually having to assign some shifts before I completely forget. Because otherwise these are going to be cancelled and I will not be making the money from them. that I so desperately need, considering I have 500 quid in my bank balance. Refuel. This needs to be refueled as well. Do we have any free petrol stations? We do not. Clean off some of these vehicles, get them all ready for service tomorrow. This is absolutely disgusting. This obviously isn't a livery that never existed in terms of the branding, but this is the first willow leaf that I've just slapped onto this. Just for pure giggles, pretty much. This needs to be cleaned and washed. This needs to be refueled and then cleaned. Oh, can't. Still no free petrol station, so get that cleaned first. Can I? Still cannot refuel that. What is using these petrol stations? Because this looks pretty empty to me. Okay, clean this. It needs to be cleaned. Okay, so the Metrobus vehicle, X Arriva, is using it. It's fine. That desperately needs to be refueled. So does this. So this can pick up to 161 people. So send out something a bit bigger. This is only 54, so we'll send out a Cito onto it. I'd say anything less than about 200, a Cito will be perfectly fine for it. It's not going to be ram-packed. I mean, you might have a few moments in the day where it will be completely full, but for the large majority of it, it shouldn't be leaving that many people behind. Oh, yes, also completely forgot to actually build a second petrol station here. That would help. That's the reason why I moved this across. Big brains. Refuel this. Just go around. That needs a clean. This is alright. Alright. This is, yep, decent. This is good enough. It'll pass. This kind of does need a refuel because it's getting about halfway, but it doesn't matter. This is fine. This is, gives that a bit of a clean. That's fine. This needs a refuel. This needs a wash. You can usually see without actually clicking on them, because you can see the dirt specks. The Citaro 2, C2 even. Oh, completely fine. This Cito needs a bit of a wash. These are completely fine. These are fine. This needs a bit of wash as well. All the even the bus, all the bus washes are in use currently. Even. I got this game. Congratulations! It's a great game to get, and I would recommend you buying it. Now, if only I got like an affiliate link, I could link you so I could get something from that. Not sponsored by them, but it is a good game, this. It's fun, it's addictive. Definitely recommend people to buy it. Just maybe wait until it's on sale, because I don't know if it is actually worth the £25 they charge for it. I got it when it was on sale, when it just released. For £22, and even I feel that's a bit too much for what is considered. This is essentially just a 2D game, but it's quite fun to micromanage. This has 200 people, so send out a man-line city. Send out a C2 onto the 181. Onto the 136. There's about 159. Could get away with a Cito. Do we have a spare Cito? We do have a spare Cito. Do we have a second one? We do. Send out the Cito onto the 199. Onto the D3. Send out this Cito. Onto the 129. This is over 200. Send out a line city. This is also over 200. Send out another line city. This is 76 even. Send out Cito. 136. This is quite low. Could probably manage with just about a Cito. But I do not have. I do have one spare. 149. This could also manage with a Cito. But I don't have any. So send out a line city. Get these all out. Which one? This needs cleaning and washing. Oof, it gets a bit of a chore when you do not have the shift scheduler unlocked. So this is out onto the 181. I guess send out the line city. I wouldn't really usually send out that, because it doesn't need it. This, I do not have any vehicles to allocate to it, and I do not want to send out this bread van. I want to send it out onto its correct route. It's route branded, and that route branding is there for a reason. Onto the 136. Do not have a line city to send out onto that. Oh, maybe I do. No, I do not. I was just coming back from being washed. Now it's just the waiting game to wait until the buses from the night shift come back to the depot. And also there's two buses completely running behind each other there. Oh, it's the bendy I sent out onto the N108. Currently through the Blackwall Tunnel. Oh, it's completely empty. There was no point to send out bendy onto this run. Could have sent out a Sito and it would have been completely fine. Yep. At no point did it get any more people than what a Sito could handle. Oh, but that sometimes happens. Where you misallocate a vehicle. Okay, this Lion City can be sent out into the 199. And now we just wait for everything else to return back. Honestly, for the amount of shops that are here, which is Westfield, I would have expected the 108 to be a bit busier. You don't really have that many people waiting to come here to shop, but I guess the game doesn't really consider it properly served. That's why it doesn't. You know, the stop at the Stratford City isn't that busy. I'm not too sure. Oh, also I just realised I actually sent out the Metroline branded vehicles onto the 108. Intriguing. Should really send out the C2s onto it, because those would be worthy replacements for the 0530s that it has currently. Which is a shame that they're going to be replaced. Probably going to be replaced with the EVs off the 521 and 507. The Citara is also completely rammed full. The story of the 108. Nothing new here. So the game's accurate in that sense. Still have nothing in the garage to send out onto this shift. Oh, would you look who it is? We have the C10 and the 395. Here you go. I think that said up to 200 people and I've sent out a little bread van onto it. Not for me to deal with. That's for the people waiting for the bread van to deal with. Finance-wise, ideally I want to get around to repaying these loans so that I can take out a bigger loan and actually buy a few more buses. Because currently we do not have all the buses needed to run our shifts. Because these shifts over here, I'm pretty certain are going to be cancelled. I do not think we're going to have any vehicles returning back to the garage for a very long time. The next vehicle to return is probably going to be around 11, which is 2 hours after this, an hour after this. It might just be in time so I can assign it onto the 108. But I think even that would be, a stretch. Oh, why is there 30 people waiting here for the 181? Well, that's strange. I've never seen that many people waiting at Longbridge Way. This is usually a stop that buses sail past. And this 181 is just sitting here. Okay, did I timetable in a really long wait there? Oh well. Completely rammed full. Take a look at our ratings. You know, it's not actually too bad. Granted, we are not even 4 out of 5 stars. But at least we're above half. We're above 50% decent. Which I'll take. Okay, is there any vehicle to assign to this? No, there is not. This is looking more and more desperate, to be honest. Can unlock bus stop upgrades. Gonna take those. Reduce our fuel consumption, bus dirt, and bus tear and wear by 10%. Reduce the cost of replacement parts and the repair times for them. And get better food for our employees so that they're happier. They're not grumpy all the time. I mean, you know, we could also pay them extra, train them, but don't need to do that for our employees. Let them go and strike. Oh, a bit too topical, I feel that. We've also modelled the cable car. The Emirates Aviation Experience. Well, someone's going to have to tell City Bus Manager that it's not Emirates anymore. You're going to want to stick a little duct tape over that to cover up that name. Because they don't sponsor the cable car anymore. I think it's sponsored by Pokemon now, by Nintendo. They certainly rebranded the capsule cars to that. I'm not sure. Not actually sure who the current sponsor is. It's a shame we can no longer call it the Emirates airline. Absolutely terrifying experience. I would never willingly go on it. 13 grand. Oh, a vehicle has returned. Can assign it onto the 108? Probably. Yeah, assign it out onto the 108. And then now wait another couple of hours for a vehicle to return. I feel like one of our... Yeah, I was going to say one of our challenges is probably going to be to ensure fewer shift cancellations. And there it is. We've got to make sure that no shifts get cancelled for 3 days in a row. And in the past 3 days, we have failed 14 shifts. That's all because we are lacking the vehicles. And I'm also lacking the brain cells to actually manage my finances correctly, so I'm not constantly in the red. Oh, we have a Lion City that's returned back. It's a bit dirty. Can I clean it before it gets sent out, or are you just going to take it like this? Yeah, just going to take it like that. Okay. Oh, don't come at me when passengers start complaining about the mess that's inside. I tried cleaning it. Now, we don't have the vehicles for it, but I kind of do want to start creating the 25. So, send out the Bendy, which is going out onto the... What? How's it going out onto the N108 and 18? What? Okay, somehow that's going out onto the N108. I'm not going to question it. We don't run the N108 anymore. That's just the 108. Create the 25. So, going to start it from Woodgrange Park Station, Shrewsbury Road, Catherine Road, Green Street, Woodgrange Road, that road, not going to try to pronounce it, Marjorie Park Road, the Leisure Centre, go around University of London, Lichfield Lane, or Avenue even. Also make sure it's on the correct side of the road. The Stratford Centre, and then it goes around Stratford Bus Station. And then from Stratford Bus Station goes around to the High Street, goes down Wharton Road, Abbey Lane, the Bow Flyover, Bow Church Station, Bow Road Station, the Cobham Road, Mile End, and then around Regent's Canal, Queen Mary, University of London, Ocean Estate, Bancroft Road, Ocean Estate, Stepney Green, Stepney Green again, just for good measure, Booth Memorial, Sydney Street, Cambridge Heath Road, Whitechapel Station, and then probably serve East London Mosque, and then send it back up. Oops, Sydney Street. This should hopefully, I think it will run... Eventually I want to get this up and running to about every 5 minutes. That will use a ton of buses. But I'm going to set that as my challenge eventually to actually, get this section of the 25 at least up to its former glory. But in terms of it starting out, I'll probably start it out at either hourly or every half hourly, depending on how generous I'm feeling. Because I do not want to have to tie up too many of my resources to this one route at the start, even though I do know that this should be a busy route. I mean, it's serving the main road. It's technically, this game doesn't consider the rail like competition, even though we are running literally alongside the underground, which saps away all the passengers from this route in real life. The reason why it probably got cut back from Oxford Circus down to City Thameslink or Holborn. Let's be honest, I mean, TfLs try to fool people by saying it goes to Holborn, but it doesn't really go Holborn. It terminates at City Thameslink. Which makes it a shame. It's also a route I have never actually used, funny enough. Even though it's London's busiest route, I have never used it. I've seen it a lot, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. The amount of times I've been through Stratford and I see like 7 of them turn up at once. Half of them being curtailed Mile End or to, Bow Church, of course. But I've never actually been on it properly. That said, I have used the 86 more than I've actually used... Oh, maybe I should serve the Stratford Centre down here. I've used the 86 more than I've used the 25. And then that says a lot. Considering that the 86 is slowly climbing up the ranks to actually be the busier road on the Ilford Road. Or the stretch between Stratford and Ilford. which honestly shows firstly, how just passenger dense this section of London is, considering you have three routes, all that just like run parallel to each other with a combined frequency of just insanity, pretty much, and they're all just carrying, I think, like 5 to 8 to 13 million passengers each, and still even that's not enough. Alright, so down to Shrewsbury Road. Run every half an hour. How many buses will that use? Because maybe I'll start stuff at every half hourly. That requires 3 buses. Okay, so maybe I could shave off. Okay, I can't really shave off that many minutes. I was hoping I could shave it off so around it was about an hour, but I can't. Okay, this requires three extra buses. And actually just get this running throughout the night. Pretty much at every half an hour. So just create a uniform timetable, which is what the 25 used to have, up until it was decimated and cut back in the city. Assign shift, assign this onto the 108, onto the 47, onto the 25. We do not have the vehicles for that right now, but can buy one just to make up the shortfall. I've also just realised I'm pretty certain there are supposed to be cheaper single decks, but for whatever reason the game has decided to let me buy the more expensive ones first. No wonder I'm always so strapped for cash in this save. The 25, should we send out a little Cito onto it? It's properly branded as well. Just a shame it's not a bendy. Ah, missing the bendies from London streets. Send that out onto the 47. Send this out onto the 47 as well. Because you're going to need to go and follow and pick up all the passengers this guy can't. Send this out onto the 25? Yeah, send it out onto the 25. Sure, why not? Go for it. As soon as we can afford it, another grand, spend it onto the Line City. Come on, hurry up. Can someone buy like a season ticket, please? A yearly season ticket just so I can afford a bus. Please. Oh, there's no one in my service centre. Okay. Guess I'm just speaking to myself. The marketplace, I can actually afford one now. Fantastic. Lion City, browser templates. Should I just run one in the 7 Brighton Hove livery? I mean, this is a horrible livery. This was just something that I slapped up really quickly, but ignore that. Get Gag. Get one more of the Metrobus weird Frankenstein vehicles. Assign these vehicles onto the D3, onto the 136. Oof. Hard work juggling all these buses. Alright, so half an hour late. Horrendous start, but it's okay. You're basically a follower right now, following the 25. It's pretty busy, starting off with 25 people, 35 for the very first run of the day. That is really, really good considering we didn't even advertise this route. We're just doing a TFL special. Here's new routes. Do you want publicity for it? No, we don't care. Okay, at Stratford, is everyone going to get off? Or are they going to stay on? They're going to stay on and completely fill up the bus. You know what? This is pretty accurate, I feel. Even though I think in real life nowadays, probably most people change at Stratford's, probably go into like Jubilee line to go into central London. However, this is emulating it from about 2016, I'd want to say, when a lot of people were just using the 25 to actually get into the city. Because as you can see, it's just ram-packed. There's literally one seat free. Never mind, no seats free. So running half an hour late. Where's everyone going to disembark? Is it going to be at the final stop? No. Bow Road. Some people got off there. Cold Harbour Road. Mile End. Quite a lot of people got off there as well. By the Regent's Canal as well. University of London. Oh, by Ocean's Estate, Stepney Green. Quite a lot got off at the stations. So they are mostly just using this to transfer to the underground stations. I want to assume that, oh, Cambridge Heath Road. Everyone else is going to get off probably at not Mile End, at Whitechapel. Oh, at the East London Mosque. So they were just going for their daily prayer. Good for them, I say. Oh, I can really see what a mess Whitechapel Station has become. The only station in London where the overground is under the underground, and the underground is over the overground. Okay, maybe it's... Is it the only station? Don't fact check me on that. Oh, this 108 is also running half an hour late. What is this? Just from run whenever you like, Dave? I don't understand it. Oh, this one's also half an hour late. Okay, so just everything... Just literally turn your clocks back by half an hour and then our services will be on time. Oh wait, no. Don't turn them back by an hour. Turn them forward by an hour. Because if you turn them back by an hour, that means our service is an hour late. Which will be even worse. Anyway, having the bread van actually allocated to the 395. And then now what it should do, when it terminates here, yep, run out of service, run to Canada Water to start the C10. Fantastic. Now, I could change it so that the C10 just does like a little loop around the aisle where where Canada Water is. I don't actually know what this aisle is called. Instead of it coming back on itself, and I can change it to be hourly along with the 395. However, that requires effort, and I've already set it up like this. It's good enough like this. Even if a bit unrealistic, you wouldn't ever see the C10 running this infrequently. You know, the C10 being London's busiest single-deck route, it running every hour and a half would be absolute suicide. You'd constantly be leaving people behind, literally probably at the first stop. Okay, allocate this onto the D3, send this out onto the 129. Send out this little sitter onto the 199, that's definitely not going to get butchered. Probably have another vehicle that I can allocate, where? Ah, the one that's coming in. And we have no more buses. Go out there and make me money, minions! Having allocating this onto the 129, quite a lot more shifts to actually allocate. This also onto the 199. Now, this might be the reason why all my routes are running half an hour late today, is because I literally have to wait for all the buses to come back before allocating them. Also, what the hell is this Frankenstein monster that's been created? This isn't being allocated to anything. The Big Lemon bus is back. Where you can use Big Lemon decide to expand into London as well, and not only Bristol and Bath. Heard it here first. They've actually won the 25... Well, actually, hold on, what route is it on? Oh, the 199. They've won the 199. They're going out to run it. $108. Oh, we have so many people in here. An hour and 10-minute wait. Okay, you're going to need to expand the service centre. However, I will allocate the rest of these. I have no more buses. Two more shifts to allocate. However, this will probably be the end of this part. I will hopefully be back soon with another part, and I'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you haven't, you can always like the video, subscribe for more if you'd like this series. This game available on Steam. Probably can still get the brand new game discount. I'm not sure when they've stopped that, if they've stopped that, but you can get it for £22 instead of $25. And once again, a big thanks